one of the cool things about traveling and meeting other people is just, I don't know, I grab like newspapers and shit like that. I got to find this fucking thing. I was sitting there reading I'm one of these fucking liberal cunts out here. I'm not really, I thought I was liberal until I moved out here, but I'm sort of I don't know, Jay Law had, I'm not going to say what he calls himself because I don't want to get him in trouble, but like liberal is in there, but it's actually a funny way he defines himself. But I don't know. I'm one of those guys where I call people cunts, but, I'm also interested in having chickens in my backyard, growing my own food, right? I don't fucking know. I like V8 engines, but I also drive a Prius. I'm a fucking weirdo, man. I'm all over the fucking map. So anyway, I saw this thing. It says, Mother Hen, raising backyard chickens teaches life lessons. And this was at the Hamburg Journal. And I can't remember if I got this I got it in Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky, where I had the great time, where the seersucker suit had an awesome fucking show, and they really treated us right out there. So I'm reading this thing, and this woman, this lady, she did what I did. She watched one of these You Are What You Eat or fucking Food Inc., and, basically bought into it the way I did, where I was like, holy shit, I got to make sure I go down to a farmer's market and get myself some shit that doesn't have a little bit of cancer spray on it, which I get. I mean, I kind of get what they're doing. You got to feed 7 billion people. I mean, you got to take out some bug spray. It's just how it works. But I'm trying to lessen the bug spray. So I did that maybe for about 3 days, and it was really hard. It was really hard, and I quit, like a lot of these women who consider themselves feminists, like, oh my God, I'm a feminist. No, you know what you really did? Life was hard and you quit, and now you're looking for a scapegoat. I'm not saying all of them, but I'm talking about the bottom feeders. You know the ones I'm talking about, right? The ones that want the world to buy them a drink and then give them the credit. Those ones, the ones who don't think that, they just think being a guy is easy and you don't have to work for anything. You just walk in and gumdrops fall from the fucking ceiling. Oh, you got a dick. What dream would you like to have come true today? Right? Anyways, so this woman actually was like, she went the whole fucking way. She actually planted a garden. Granted, she had a fucking yard. She planted a garden, but still raised all this, grew all this fucking food. The kids loved it and all that. So then at one point, she's just like, all right, fuck it, I'm going to get chickens. And, the chickens lay the eggs and they started selling them to the neighbors and all that type of shit. Now, here's something I did not realize, because I actually was thinking like, if I actually had the space or something, I'd love to have some fucking chickens running around, a goddamn goat, You fucking bend over to pick up the morning paper. He comes in and sends you across the yard. Next thing you know, you're fucking wrestling with it, huh? Sweeping its four legs. Having a great time. Little farm action in the city. This is something I didn't know, is that chickens, after a while, can't lay any more eggs, right? Like they went through menopause or something. Sorry, ladies. I'm just, whatever. I never took any of those fucking biology classes. Help me out here. So, anyways, their kids love the chickens and everything. So what happens is once the chicken can't lay eggs anymore, that's when you got to make a decision. What am I going to do with this fucking thing, right? Does it come in TV, sit next to me and ask me for the fucking clicker? Or do I take this thing out? So anyway, let me just read a little of this. She goes, this is the middle of the story. She said, my daughter does her part too. It's her job to pick through the leftovers and food scraps and toss them out to the chickens. Soon after I assigned her that job, the chickens learned to come running whenever they saw her because they knew she had something for them. Blah, 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 blah. She wants to treat them as pets, though I warn her that chickens are for making food. First eggs and then one day meat. Because hens stop laying at some point, and I'm not running a chicken retirement home. This is so refreshing to read because I would never read this in L.A. This person would get tarred and feathered. This woman's like, they're not pets, they're fucking food. Make me some goddamn eggs, and when they're done, I'm lopping your fucking head off, and we're having chicken dinner. So anyways, she goes, I've only had to kill one chicken for meat before. 2 I killed because they were suffering from injuries, and it was kinder. That chicken was Deathbeak. That's what she named him. So named by my husband because she was jet black with beady red eyes and looked like trouble from the get-go. Blah, 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 blah. Let me get to this stuff. So anyways, she could have paid. So anyway, so the moment of truth comes. This fucking thing's not laying any more eggs, and she's got to take it out, right? She's got to stick an ice pick in the back of its head. I thought I'd never shut up. So she goes, I could have hired a guy to do it for me for $5. All right? Let that roll around your fucking head for a second. There's somebody in Lexington, Kentucky, who's $5 a head just goes around. He makes $5 to kill a chicken every day. You know what I mean? That's like that's in Kentucky, that's like an Uber driver. I work whenever I want, you know? I just fucking turn on the app and they tell me to come out and go kill a couple of chickens. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Anyway, I mean, one day I made $127. I got a $2 tip and I ain't telling you for what, but I'll tell you right now, I still rub one out to it. So anyways, she goes, I could have hired a guy to do it for me for $5. She goes, but I'm not squeamish. So I decided to do it myself. The kind of thing that made this country great, right? You get up, you put your pants on one leg at a time, you go out and you murder somebody else that's in the way. You don't hire somebody else to do your dirty work, right? My grandmother laughed herself sick when I confessed that I had learned how to do the deed, basically kill the chicken, from an ultra crunchy YouTube video called Respectful Chicken Harvest. And yes, we will have a link. But it did at least show me the ropes. When I announced that Deathbeak was about to meet her doom, the kids were appalled for about a hot minute. Then they remembered how mean she was and weren't so sad after that. This isn't a fucking regular publication. They insisted on sticking around to watch. When I wasn't trying to avoid getting clawed in the face by a chicken's death throes, I watched the kids' faces. So basically when she's holding this fucker down, lopping its goddamn head off or choking it out, whatever she's doing, passing its guard, as far as I can tell, she's occasionally glancing over at her kids. This is like some fucking, what's that show about the castle and the little cunty kid runs it and he puts people to death? What's it called? Lord of the Flies, Lies, Give Me Back My Crown. Dude, are you watching not Lord of the Rings? What is it called? Come on, everybody fucking loves that show. Ugandan Queen? I can't remember what it's called. I want to watch it. Medieval Times? You know what it is. It's on fucking cable. They're in their last scene, right? There's a dragon or some shit, I think. Anyways, she thought, it's got the little fella there. Fucks all the women. Crushing it. Full head of hair. He's got that fucking Eddie Rabbit beard. I love a rainy night. Ooh, 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 ooh. Why do I keep thinking Lord of the Rings? I can't get it out of my head. Fuck. All right, anyways. She said, I asked her if she wanted to stop eating meat. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, I missed this thing. I looked at the kids' faces. I could see how deeply it affected my daughter in particular. Yes, you're fucking murdering this chicken. She had never seen an animal die before. She never saw you kill one either. I could see the awareness of mortality shadowing across her face. She cried at bedtime and said she hated that Deathbeak had to die. I hate that Deathbeak had to die. Could have given it a more sympathetic name. I asked her if she wanted to stop eating meat because all meat comes from animals who must die for us to eat. She thought carefully and said she still wanted to eat meat. So we lay there late into the night and talked about the food chain and informed choices. My son was far more practical about it. When I interviewed him for this story, he shrugged and said, at first I was sad, but then I was okay because that was some good chicken and dumplings. See right there? Isn't that great? That's why you travel around. I swear to God, man, if anybody out here in Hollywood fucking ever did that with a chicken, held the fucking thing down, it's its fucking leg, fucking freaking out, and you got your kids watching it, you probably get arrested. At least down here in Los Angeles. You get a little bit north of Bakersfield, in between San Francisco and Los Angeles, Reagan country, where they're growing the food and they're actually dealing with the fucking drought as opposed to the cunts down here, myself included, trying to take a shower. Can we get Fiji water put into our fucking shower? Anyways, I just thought that was interesting, like just to read it. And do you think he could do it? Huh? Think he could kill a chicken? I could fucking kill a chicken. I just take out a meat cleaver. I would. You got to get like those fucking psycho gloves, like I'm picking up something crazy that could scratch me. You just got to fucking boom, bam, really quick, I would think. You know what? I'm going to watch that fucking video. Anyways, whatever. The fuck do you want from me, you know?